Dr. Henry, we spoke before now about the elections in 2019, and we looked at various aspects. Now, I want to bring to you the aspect about the quality of the candidates. Is it a duty for you to actually educate the electorate of the quality of those who go through the primaries and are now being put forward by the parties for election?
Absolutely. The Constitution is clear about the role of journalists. We must make government accountable and people accountable. In trying to do that, that is why we are going to, the Lagos Council of NUG, we are going to organize, they are going to expose the candidates. We're going to talk about their pedigree. This the right of people that can be voted for. We need to dig down into their past, and so that we can have a credible leadership.
At what level? No, presidential?
No, at all levels. At all levels. For example, now in Lagos, we are going to start with local government officials. We are going to start with that.
Look at what the governor of Kaduna State said. We read in today's paper that he said that the 3 senators representing Kaduna State are useless.
Well, that is his own opinion. That is his own opinion. That is his own opinion. It depends on us to find out what kind of you are just for what. That's a political statement. No, Shehu Sani has a pedigree as a civil rights activist before becoming a politician. So not the people like Erufat that will tell me that Shehu Sani is useless. That's personal to me, right? Because I know his pedigree. These are the kind of people who want to throw up. Because tendency is that when you ask questions, when you interrogate procedural issues, you are likely nobody will like you. That's the situation of a journalist. Are you getting me now? But I'm telling you what we are going to do, what we are going to sign to in Lagos. We must get credible people for leadership position in Lagos. And we're going to start from local government. Go and look at the pedigree of those that I want to be leaders there, and those are what they have done. And at the other day, they will come out with a book for people to see these are, the findings. These are our findings. And we also take it up with the legislature. The same thing with those who are going for the National Assembly and, of course, for the governorship. We are going to organize a debate. It's clear. We want to know what kind of, who are you? What are you going to do? What is your pedigree? Can you deliver? So but the process is just ongoing. And we are also on the drawing board, putting everything together to see what we can do. We must make, a definite change. For us in Lagos NUG is a new beginning. And that new beginning starts with integrity, with accountability, with transparency. And so these are the issues we are going to bring along as, the election is around the corner. And that's why I say, for us too, for journalists, I keep telling ourselves, we also need to watch it. Yes, fairness can be colorful. Truth can also be colorful. But you must remember as a journalist, there are 2 things. Verify your story. Be sure of your facts before you send them out. Justify that story you are putting out. Is it for public good? Is it for public interest? If it is for service interest, and you get your hands burnt, don't run to the union. The union will not save you. But if you are clear in what you have done, that it is so clear that what you are doing is for public good and for public interest, be sure the union will be there for you. That's why we are standing with Yomi Olomofe despite the travails. That's why we are standing with Yunwalaka despite his travails. And so, with Obina, I've just had his own issue now. We will stand by him when we interrogate the process. Don't hunt journalists. Journalists are meant for public good and, for public interest. Okay. So it is your duty of the society to also save us.
You know what I was just thinking of?
Yes.
Suppose there's a media blackout for 24 hours.
No
TV station, no radio, no newspaper.
No, absolutely.
What will happen?
No, we won't do that.
That would be interesting. Peter Akanga, as we wind down, someone just tweeted something. He tweeted, Jide B tweeted a comment by the former president where he said, I am the most abused president, but by the time I leave office, you will understand the amount of freedom you enjoyed under my administration. And that he was tying it back to a comment credited to the current administration about hate speech. Going forward, what should we be looking at?
Truthfully, if I have to count on the experience and my investigations and research over the past years, going forward, I would say that unless there are systematic and deliberate changes in the way things are right now when it comes to the press, that we should only expect things to get worse. And I speak with authority based on facts. Yeah. The State Security Service is right now a machinery of oppression, whereby it is used to target journalists. We will not forget even Tony Ezekamo, who was held for a week because he wanted to reveal his sources to a story that had to do with terrorism in the north. So we are talking about going forward, if there's no systematic change from authorities, both the executive, the legislature, and even the judiciary, we should only expect that things will get worse. And how I can only appeal for how we can collaboratively come together to save what we are all hoping to hold on to, which is a free press and accountable press, is for citizens, Nigerians, every individual to see that journalists are a reflection of them, that everything a journalist does is get information for the public consumption. So if an attack on the journalist has occurred, it's not an attack on the journalist, but an attack on the information that the people don't want the people to, that the attackers don't want the people to get. And they should rise up to say that an attack on the journalist is an attack on all of us. And that is why I also appeal to lawyers to start taking up public interest litigation cases, whereby they challenge the right of people to attack journalists because they say they did something that is maybe defamous. There must be a rise up to collectively defend journalists, because defending the journalists to report without fear of reprisal is defending the citizens' right to information about our Commonwealth.
Thank you very much. Mr. Peter Nkanga is a press freedom advocate who joined us from our Abuja studio. And here in Lagos, we had Dr. Kazeem Akinwesi, chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Lagos chapter. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.